the Quran and the Hadiths. Muhammad was a murdering, child molesting pedophile. Muhammad tells the Muslims to murder Jews, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, atheists, and everybody else who disagrees with them. The so-called peace of Islam is murder. The peace of Islam is to cut all of us non-Muslims to pieces.
Can you please tell us for the record what translation of the Quran are you reading from or quoting from?
Yes, from all of them. From all of them.
I am a Muslim and I support this man. I love this man. I wish him no harm. So that kind of goes against everything he just had to say, huh? I mean, good for you, buddy. Freedom of speech.
Do you believe?
Oh, he doesn't even want to touch a Muslim though. But good for him. God bless him. Peace to all the religions of the world. May we all learn to live together one day.
Islam teaches terrorism and murder. And on 9/11, they murdered 3,000 of our fellow Americans. Imam Ralph is a traitor. He does not love America. And no consistent Muslim.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you know that that mosque over there still has the dead bodies, the remains of victims of 9/11? And those Muslims, those Mohammedans, those worshippers of Mohammed, they call it the Cordoba Mosque because the original Cordoba Mosque was built in Spain when the Muslims butchered and slaughtered, murdered and raped and tortured their way through Europe.
I support that he should be able to build a mosque. You know, we have something called freedom of religion in this country. If a synagogue can be built there or a church can be built there, then we should be able to build a mosque there. If you don't agree with that, then you should change the Constitution and say that there's a certain limit around ground zero where Muslims should not be allowed to practice their religion.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is it true that every time an Arab wins a battle that you build a mosque on the people that they defeat? Right?
No.
That's not what you guys are doing down there?
Historically, that is correct. That is not true.
Didn't the Muslims kill millions of Christians and build mosques on all their churches, bro?
Yes. No,
yeah, that's what you guys are fucking doing down there.
Let me just say first.
Mosque on a war zone that you guys think you won. That's why you're building a mosque, okay? It's what you guys do after you conquer a battle. You guys think you conquered New York. You guys didn't, bro. Okay? Because you're beating your fucking asses over there right now.
But again, you didn't answer my question.
Let me say something.
No, why don't you answer that question?
Excuse me. Let me just say that
is that right or wrong?
So you can't even have a conversation with a lot of people.
You like to talk about what's wrong with America? What's wrong with you?
I support this man right here who supports people's freedom of speech and open debate. People like this, you can't even talk
Why are you
about.
giving this guy a fucking platform?
Hold on. We were in a conversation.
The Al-Aqsa Mosque that was built in Jerusalem. Muslims believe that the Prophet
USA! 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 USA!
This book is a book of terrorism. Surah 9:5, Muhammad says, but when the forbidden months are past, then fight and slay the pagans. All of us non-Muslims, wherever you find them, seize them, beleaguer them, and lie in wait for them in every stratagem of war.
If I had a Bible, I could show it to you. You'd see a lot of verses in the Old Testament if you read your Bible that say, you know, kill the people. You know, when they, I don't want to get into it, all these microphones, but there are many verses in the Bible that say the same things. You should read it in context.
The liberals and the leftists who go out of their way to defend the Muslims are deluded because those Muslims desire power, Sharia, Islamic law, and God forbid if they ever had that, those liberals and politically correct leftists who support them would be the first to have their heads on the chopping block.
Muslims want to come and cut off head, cut off your head. It's all fear-mongering, scare tactics. I'm a Muslim. I don't want to cut off any of your heads. I'll tell you that right now. We're all humans. We all have our own religions. We should all be able to practice our own religions.
If Islam, like this Muslim over here, is all about love and peace and freedom, why is it that the Islamics do not allow Christians and Jews and atheists and others to build synagogues, churches, and temples and other places in Saudi Arabia? The words of Muhammad in Surah 434, men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given the one more strength than the other. As to those women on whose part you fear disloyalty and ill conduct, admonish them, then refuse to share their beds, and then beat them. Again, beat them. Surah 434. Women and children are enslaved in the Islamic world. The Muslims have something called honor killing. If a woman steps out of line in their eyes, then her own Muslim family murders her. According to Islam, if a woman is raped, she has to have 4 Muslim male eyewitnesses to prove it. And if not, then she can be stoned to death for adultery. And this happens all the time. Get out! Are there American Muslims in the U.S. military? Yes, there are. People, they just want to argue out of ignorance.
Don't fight us, fight the evil in your own group.
That there are many Muslims serving in this country, and there are many Muslims that died in the World Trade Center.
Your culture. Get out here. Worry about your evil at home.
I'm going to say I'm done. People in uniform screaming at me. I don't know if he's a police officer, fireman.
This is not the place to do this, okay? He's got his say. We got our say.
What's your name?
I support the NYPD, thank God.
What about Muhammad Atta? Is he a good Muslim? Is he one of the peaceful Muslims? Muhammad Atta. Is he a peaceful Muslim?
Before we have a problem, please help us out. Get him out of here.
I'm going to leave before we do have a problem.
Yes, please. Get out of here. Please. Please, thank you.